Hey, you know what? I don't think anyone's going to watch this whole thing. If you do, I don't know what it is. I always see uh, later on my channel on the creator editor app that only they've only been able to withstand a little bit of that. There's like it's a it's a 4 minute video. They've only watched about 30 seconds of it. That's all I can mentally handle. Not saying me, but other people. So why are all females the same? And why are they after money? And why they expect the guys to do everything? See, um, if I break down to sort of the key things that are worrying me or frustrating me over time, it's generic females wanting money and going to an event and saying like, oh, you need to like grow up, man up. You can't be emotional. Of course, you can be emotional. And when I've had trauma, the way I've had it, everyone goes through different types of trauma and things that trigger them, or yeah, it sends you to an anxiety loop or panic sensation, panic mode, panic attack, anxiety attack, and yeah, yeah. But I feel like a lot of women live on easy mode, and there's all this generic, like they've brought you up to tradition. So people are like, oh, whoa, I can't deal with it because it's not made like that. Well, of course it's made made like that. It's made different for everybody because not everyone is, I happen to be bi. I happen to be bisexual, but it's even hard for me saying that because I don't really like putting a see me category. I do pride like all days throughout the year, and then again, I'm not really taking really anything with pride because it's full of egotisticalness. It's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I stay away from the whole drag scene of people dressing up in the drag and stuff. But more or less, I just want to have a boyfriend, and yeah, it's kind of hard to do that in my hometown where I've been latched on here for 4 months, and now it's in the fall now, and I didn't get to have a chance to go in the water. Just my anxiety's just been just my I get so tired, and it's definitely hard sometimes when you're sheltering for as long as I've been doing it. I'm debating whether to go to if at this point, like how tired and how I've gotten kind of into trouble before just because of my finances, or I'm too eager to do things with some certain people who are not interested in me. So it's tough. But I've known about the Blackfield Brides concert since August 25th, and yeah, I bought a floor ticket. So there's that. I have my stuff get on District Kid now, and yeah, no matter what I call myself, I don't know because I've gone through different changes on here, and it just feels hard. It just feels I'm used to all this stuff, like not being able to work at things and just like on the top of the edge, like hyper vigilant all the time, and I hate that, and I wish there was an end to all of it. Like I'm on so many waiting lists, and it even feels like, should I be doing this for, like, this is my life. I've been on this channel for like 15 years now, but I just wonder because I don't engage with women unless they make the first move. And that should happen. You shouldn't have to open the door for them because they can open the door for themselves. They're independent, and if they can give me a chance, then yeah, it would be okay. But I'm not going to go through all the manipulation. And I mean, I happen to like guys, so I'm not. I'm not gonna turn immediate into being asexual because of that. Or like people will be like, why? Well, I have an issue with it. I have an issue with woman. They just have a facial expression like I'm not interested, or they're like have this whole thing. They didn't even say anything. They just give this sort of energy where they're like, this guy's got to say something to me. But why? You know, I'm going through so much trauma, and it's exhausting, and they expect men to do everything. Very sexist world, right? So I'm sure the woman is very capable. And I read up many reasons why. It's probably like 9 different reasons why women should ask out a, you know, because all that stuff they've been thinking about, they don't have to think about anymore. They can feel independent. They can, yeah. But it really frustrates me every day. That and the idea of going to a producer and or a record label and like I don't even know what this Tim Petra thing is, and just like the whole the satanic kind of thing that happens with the Grammys is just not for me. Like you're like I don't either way, I'm not full to extreme. And I think either way, it's if you're trying to do that and say, "Oh yeah, to the Grammys, we're going to do some worship." What do you mean worship? And then you're having all like these people that look like the girl from The Ring come up, and So I'm not a Sam Smith fan. I don't listen to like Justin Bieber, Nicki Minaj, none of the Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift, none of the stuff. I play what I play. You're gonna hear a lot of 3 Days Grace because that's my favorite. That's my favorite band for the last 13 years, and I've gone to their shows twice, and it's just harder to get out of my cocoon. Like, but I'm not crazy or anything. I understand that there's a lot of women out there that expect all these unrealistic things, and that's not love. I would never ever get into a relationship about money and anything like that. Not even if it was the kind of taboo lifestyle that I've been kind of looking for, and being someone submissive, and yeah. And it's like, oh, well, it's too over. And people shame you for stuff, and when you blurt out an opinion, or not just an opinion, when you blurt out what you think is like, it's obvious that they need the. That's how I feel. The alienation of everything. It's not too often I drink either. It's not too often I get time to do anything by myself. I feel like I'm not tired. Oh man, I'm always on alert. I'm always like there's something, there's a crisis that's gonna happen. Oh well, oh, yeah. I'm not surprised because that's like I'm an invisible target. Like come here, and people like to play with the unknown and um, kind of do a response where they try and get you scared even more, and yeah, it's like or say, oh, I think you should do this, or I think you should do that. So I try and live stream every now and then on Instagram, and no one watches me. No one watches me when I was not homeless, so I just don't get it. I mean, I've been on Instagram since 2018, and I've lost count of many times I've tried on You Now countless times since 2016, 17, and just nothing. Yeah, my Song is getting into stores now, which is really crazy. I think so. Because there was other additional stuff to pay, and I hadn't had money. I had to pick up mid-month check. Let's see where that goes. I just want something fun. I just want something fun because there ain't nothing, there ain't nothing, anything fun here. My hometown is like a small town, and it never changes for the better. It's like one hit wonder. Older fellas, older fellas. It seems like everyone's here is sort of like a conservative redneckish. Yeah, I just can't put up with it. Maybe I'd be a roadie for Blackville Prides or something. Uh, yeah, all these things like, especially the woman thing. I've seen it. I've seen them more be a bit needy, and yeah, they want to just put in something or argue, make an argument when you're not arguing with them, and that's what I find. And I think they should make the first move. They should make the first move because not only is it good for them to be independent, but it lets the other guy know that they're interested. And yeah, it's there's no problem. It's just when people are not brought up in there. Everyone's just been conditioned into doing all this stuff and putting other people's lives down. And yeah, who you spend your time with, what kind of bands you listen to. Like, oh, no. And it's almost like if you're sharing them like a new Blink 182 song that gets people on the emotional side, um, just sharing something new that they're not familiar with, or like, why don't you put on Guns N' Roses or a Tom Petty song? I'm like, well, would you like to listen to this One More Time song that just came out from Blink 182? It's kind of pulling on people's emotions lately. Yeah, I can get into it. I can kind of get into it. But then you never know. Have you heard of 3 Days Grace? I'm like, yeah, I've heard 3 Days Grace. But I've never met anyone that has liked them just as much as me. There was a guy that I met on a group called Andy Shreds, and yeah, he doesn't talk to me anymore. His band is so flat, his singer is so flat, and I've come to a way. I've listened to myself, and it's hard to listen to myself, but I've really mapped out as a singer. I mean, I've been listening to stuff I did 5 years ago, and it was like, no, because it was, you know, letting it go, basically record when I was like on a buzz. But whatever I'm doing, I've improved and I'm improving. I'm knowing what kind of singer I am. I used to be a well, not, I used to think I was a tenor, but I believe I'm a baritone, like Matt Waltz from 3 Days Grace, formerly My Darkest Days, and whoever else, like Anthony Kiedis, maybe. I fall in line to that sort of that kind of register, that singer. Um, I would like to. I did have, I but I did have a girlfriend briefly, kind of girlfriend, Olivia McAlvoy or Hignall, whatever her last name was, and yeah, um, yeah, we just kind of have just like a summer day together or spring day together. It was like 2011. It must have been, fuck me, 2011. So she must have been like 13. I must have been like 15 or something. just a few years younger than me. So, but yeah, I've kind of dated a few guys, but never really went on anywhere. I just had to fly out of Medicine Hat in May. Pretty crazy. I know every Black Veil Bride song. Um, I wonder if I should have went to go see Billy Talent in Victoria. I mean, I liked them a little bit more, but maybe I'll like rent an Airbnb or something. But it's gonna be, I'm kind of against it because I'm like on the floor, but I've been waiting so long for something like that, and maybe that's my good excuse to like get into the mainland or Vancouver or to a better world. I don't know. And it's just so expensive, over the top, and uh, more susceptible to the people that are there that can harm you for no apparent reason. But everything here is kind of familiar, and just sucks that I'm kind of been alienated by like where I was brought up as, uh, and just where I come from. And yeah, that's no one really tries that much. Everything I take in moderation now. Um, yeah, I blacked out daylight savings time in the spring, March 12th, and I was pretty sick for like 6 days, and I just felt like just felt everything was going to shut down. Um, I lost my guitar because of it. I had to buy these headphones again. Just hate the sort of the routine, and I just hate what it's been come. It's gone kind of backwards where it used to go. Because I was kind of dating someone for like a month and took me to Medicine Hat, Alberta. I reflect a lot and reminisce. I just don't know where I'm gonna go end up next because weather's getting colder now. I'm trying to put my song "A Place I Call Home" on DistroKid, trying to make it sound as good as I can do it. I wrote it 2016 with a friend of mine. He kind of helped me write it, so um, yeah, and mixing some of the stuff on DistroKid and whatnot, and it sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good. You like HD. Uh, I'm just waiting to see when it's going to be. It says available soon or getting released soon. So maybe they'll be like in a week or something. I don't really know. Um, but yeah, Anthony Headway on Spotify. You can find my song "Awkward Silence" that's coming out, and I'm trying to work on getting "A Place I Call Home" uh, on there. That's like, I don't know, probably the catchiest kind of thing I've written. And I mean, I haven't really written anything since 2017, and even then, I was coming up with stuff on the spot, and not, it's. Um, I've written probably about several or handful of songs. Um, A Place I Call Home was the first one that was co-written, that I co-wrote with a friend of, sort of like with a friend of mine, because um, just wasn't like a friend that I had until after high school, but I knew of him at like youth group and stuff when I was interested in that, and then when I stopped being an active listener of the band Petra, got latched on to 3 Days Grace and Black Sabbath and Ozzy. Ozzy's great. I understand him too. It's like, what the fuck? What the? Even before what the fucking. And then I start to put the thing on certain hour and you go off and just like, what? All aboard the crazy train. Yeah. So, yeah. Before, oh yeah. Yeah, I would go through this kind of youth group, and that's where I met Grant and my former drummer. Me went there. We met in socials 10 class. We'd go across the street, and yeah, there was Grant, but we didn't really hang out until 2014, 2015. My original band was like in 2011, and kind of stepped back away from it when I graduated in 2013, because a friend of mine was going to replace David, my drummer, and he died due to a freak accident in the start of 2014. So, yeah, we was supposed to, but he wasn't the original member or anything like that. Kieran, my friend Kieran, when he died. So it seemed like he was a lot of people's friends. So um, to a point when he died, they did like a cruise for him for people to do like a march, sort of go on skateboards, bike, wear a helmet. I'm even like, wear a helmet when you go there because you look like an idiot. But yeah, I can't believe it's almost been. So it's almost, come January, it'll be like 10 years. Can you believe it? Like Kieran's been gone, so um, yeah, I just have a tough time. Like I have ideas to what to write about, but I feel like I can't really do that unless I'm in part of a band. That would be so great if, you know, there's a chance and of like 3 Days Grace or like Blackville Brides hear my stuff, or it'll be like, yeah, you can help us out, but we feel for you and stuff, because I know when you go see Blackville Brides, I was supposed to go. I was there at their show in 2018 February at the Vogue in Vancouver, and it's so crazy because they were denied across the border 2 times in that year, and I only got two $10 vouchers from Ticketmaster after that, because they said that they didn't postpone, they were just denied access to the border twice, like they weren't able to make it, and we still don't know. And it was like, whoa. And you're hearing it at the show. Like I didn't really know who Crown the Empire was. I heard one song from it. I heard Millennia. I wish they played a Millennia, and they didn't play that one. I'm like, fuck, that's the only one. That's the one I really like, Millennia. And Ask Alexandria, I thought Ben Bruce was the singer, but no, he's the cute ass, handsome guitar player. um, there's a guy that I've liked for some years now, Alex. He looks quite a bit like oh, what's their singer? Should know this. Uh, I can't remember, but he was really cute. He's Ukrainian. Um, there's Danny Worsnop. That's the original singer. That's the one I saw. Um, oh, Dennis. Dennis. Yeah, I know his name is Dennis. Okay, Dennis, but I just don't remember the last name. So there's a guy that looks like Dennis, who's so cute and probably going through a lot right now. And I don't know, he's gone through like alcohol withdrawals, and I love him, but I don't know, we're different parts in Canada, and I don't know if he's really interested because I let him know I'm really interested in him, but God, I'm so tired. Uh, Dennis. Oh, Dennis Stoff, I think. Dennis Stoff? It might be Dennis Stoff. Man, he's a cutesy. Same with Timothy Chalamet. I mean, those are, yeah, Dennis Stoff. Wow. There's some others. I mean, yeah, Timothy Chalamet, Felix Fox. I'm just like, wow, wow, wow. Yeah, Joey Mills used to be, but he's kind of a little bit of a jerk. Um, those are sort of like my crushes. I've been there. Fuck it. I just get so annoyed that I still should go because the mosquitoes are out biting me. But yeah, women need to take action. Like, don't leave it up to me. I'm exhausted as hell. And I'm not reproducing. I'm not reproducing. I'm not doing that reproduction level. I've got nothing here, and it's so hard. Like, I can't even, I don't even know how long I'm going to really go on doing this. Like, being a homeless musician. And I wish that I've had a place of my own. And I wasn't really even going to come back on here. A large part of it is no one really even watches or interacts with me at all for like 15 years. I've been doing this, and my first video was like 14 years ago. And no one does anything, no one types anything. Subscribe, yeah, you can thumb it up, yeah, but you don't comment. Like, I don't get it. And yeah, you're seeing it in this way, in this mode. So fuck, make sure there's no spiders. Wee. Yeah, it's fall now. I'm so disappointed in myself, and I just don't know what I wish it could have been a summer where I can go and be a part of the nude beach or nude lake. Didn't happen this year. But no, it's really not even summer anymore. Like, leaves are changing. Leaves are changing. Crows are crows. I've got a plan for the crows to crows. Before crow and crows. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what my next city is. Um, Living in British Columbia is very expensive. I'd like to travel other places and go to like San Francisco, Europe, where all the things don't really matter. Like, you could be as kinky and like do like go to all the glory holes you want to, and it wouldn't even matter. Like, you could wear all your pup gear and everything would be okay. Like, you wouldn't have to worry about it. It's just is what it is. But it's really tough sometimes making videos outside. But I do it, and I'm pretty tech savvy when it comes to all that. Well, lonely me enjoying a lonely day by myself. If you've listened to all the way now at the very end, then thank you. But I don't know. No one's going to let me know. No one's going to see this in an hour or 2 hours or a year, last year, so many years ago. Um, yeah. Anyways, bye, people.